Bitcoin has broken out above the most important resistance range, and while this is happening, I can't stress enough about the fact that still Bitcoin is getting heavily shorted right now here. Funding rates remain to be extremely negative, and historically, always whenever this happened, Bitcoin has always gone higher. So on today's update video, I'm going to be talking about the targets where I think Bitcoin is going to be going towards in the upcoming period in the market. I am very convinced about this next move we're about to create right now here. I mean, I'm convinced on what I'm seeing on the charts. I'm convinced on all the indicators that are right now flashing bullish again here. And I'm going to be just showing you my exact targets for this upcoming period in Bitcoin right now here. What is going on in the global economy and in terms of the news. Yesterday, once again, we got over $400 million worth of inflows on the spot Bitcoin ETF and much more to discuss on today's update video. So don't forget to once again slap on that like button. Back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. And let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So Bitcoin right now remains to be consolidating in this region, and actually such kind of a consolidation is very good for the market. So Tuesday we start to see, of course, that major rally towards the upside, and right now for the last, what is it, like 2 days, we have been consolidating in this top range around 95 to 92,000 US dollars for Bitcoin. And honestly, this consolidation is something very great for Bitcoin, because while at the same time, after we've seen a major rally on Bitcoin from all the way on the lower side around, what is it, $84,000, we moved up about $10,000 to 94,000 US dollars. And while this has been happening, we are still seeing the funding rates remain to be extremely negative on Bitcoin and also on most of the exchanges. And this basically means that still the majority of the traders are currently trading short, even though Bitcoin has surged over 10% here. People are afraid or basically topping up their short positions because they don't want to get liquidated. But ultimately, this will be triggering an even bigger short liquidation. And that is, of course, what is going to be probably push the price even higher. Because if you have not learned from it, I mean, I clearly have here. I've been around in crypto trading for about 7 years right now. We're almost 8 years. And out of my experience, and you can see it also on this chart right here, Bitcoin funding rates go negative, it usually tends to mark a bottom on the short term, or if we do tend to see this on a rally towards the upside, it also tends to be marking that this rally towards the upside is only just getting started, and vice versa whenever the funding rates are extremely high, like you can see on this chart in March 2024 on this peak right here, or in this other peak in, what was it, November 2024, those are marking the top in the market. But now it is clearly still marking the low in this rally towards the upside. So super excited about that. And honestly, this indicator is actually almost never wrong. And we do know that the global liquidity with the 105-day lead is also still increasing. And if we were to be looking at that, we should be having that prediction and the forecast that Bitcoin is going to be moving up towards new all-time highs in that coming period in the market. And honestly, I still really believe so that is going to be happening. I mean, I've already stated this was going to be happening whenever we were trading in this region right here. I always said whenever Bitcoin breaks above the previous range high, confirms the break above the EMA ribbon, it is going to be starting to look great again here. And I mean, just look at the last time whenever we crossed bullish on the EMA ribbon again, we actually crossed bullish on the EMA ribbon, we retested it, and we moved up towards the upside towards about 110,000 US dollars. So Bitcoin is clearly on the daily time frame right now. First of all, breaking the downward sloping trend line, which we already did. We broke above the horizontal previous high in the market. We broke above the moving averages in the market right now, which is of course the EMA ribbon. And this is right now confirming the break in towards a higher region in the market. And you can also see it, and I also stated it on many videos before, this was the major support on the previous range, which was that 90,000 US dollar level, also acted as major resistance whenever we broke below it. We are already trading above it right now here. So whenever Bitcoin is going to come down towards this level, I believe this is going to be a very good opportunity to actually open up your trades once again here, and to of course see Bitcoin bounce from off that region as well here. And while we have been moving towards the upside, we are starting to see that the spot Bitcoin ETF is finally starting to be buying again here. This is one of the best weeks so far already we've got in over 3 months of time here for Bitcoin. So very great here, and we're starting to see the cumulative flows for the spot Bitcoin ETF are moving up towards new all-time highs again here. Bitcoin is breaking clearly above that previous range. Now the targets for me at least, seeing the funding rates also being so negative, is actually the move up towards new all-time highs here. And from up here on towards new all-time highs, it is not necessarily going to be such a crazy move, but it's going to be like a 16% bump towards the upside. I remain to be having my trades open on Bitcoin My target for this Bitcoin trade I currently have open is $110,000. The top side of the region, I opened it up around $81,000. And basically what this trade does here, because it's a grid trading bot, it basically accumulates along the way down and sells along the way up. But whenever we're going to be reaching that 110k level, I'm going to be going completely out of my position. So I am targeting 110k for Bitcoin, $2,500 with Ethereum. If you want to be copying any of my trades right now here, you can right now go to the link description of today's video to copy my Bitcoin or Ethereum trading strategy. And honestly, I think these trading strategies are doing very well, and I think they will perform very well as well in the future, especially my Ethereum one, because I do believe Ethereum is right now creating a very interesting fractal compared to Bitcoin in 2020. It is right now at the lower side of the range, and I have stated it publicly for quite a while that this is my accumulation range between $2,000 and what is it, like $1,300 where we went to, of course. I think this is a super good range of accumulation. Ethereum is sitting at the legendary support line. Ethereum is breaking the downward sloping trend right now as well for the first time. And more importantly, the global cryptocurrency total market cap, excluding the top 10, is also forming a triple bottom. And of course, if we're looking at the over/undervalued metrics, we are seeing that Ethereum is right now heavily undervalued. And that is, of course, giving me the opportunity to accumulate massively right now in the market. But of course, I do know that Ethereum ultimately is going to be following Bitcoin. But of course, whenever Bitcoin breaks above approximately $100,000 again here, we're going to be, of course, reclaiming this previous high in the market, which is also going to be important, because if we're going to be looking at history, you can see that that previous high in the market usually is going to be the most important point in the market. So whenever we're going to be reclaiming that high, I do believe we're going to be seeing another big push towards the upside. So Bitcoin is looking absolutely very great in my opinion. We're seeing the total cryptocurrency market cap really expanding right now once again here. And of course, looking at the news, we do know that President Trump has stated that he had a meeting with China. And of course, if he can make a peace deal, it is ultimately going to be great for all markets. And that probably will be causing the market to pump even more. Then also yesterday, we got Hong Kong Asia Holdings raising even more money to be buying even more Bitcoin. So Asia is very bullish on Bitcoin and crypto, and that is just a very great thing to see. The stock market also is trying to creep up ever so slightly higher on the pre-market right now. Here we're seeing global liquidity still expanding. We are expecting many rate cuts this year, probably not in the next meeting, which is going to be happening in 12 days, but in the meeting after, we're expecting to see the first rate cuts of this year coming in here. So it's going to be a very exciting times here, but remember, the funding rates are negative. The majority of the traders are trading short on Bitcoin and most of the altcoins, and that is probably going to be fueling the next rally higher for Bitcoin. So this is it for me in today's update video. If you did learn something from it, don't forget to slap on the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.